Our next topic is endocrine glands. Glands means secretors. The parts of the body which secretes something are called glands. Like sweat is a secretion, it is secreted by sweat glands. Milk is a secretion, it is secreted by milk glands. Tear is a secretion, it is secreted by tear glands. And endocrine means, endo means inside, crine means secreting. The glands, the types of glands which secrete inside, and inside means the blood. The glands which secrete inside blood are called endocrine glands. These glands, endocrine glands, release their secretions directly into blood. Hence, endocrine glands are ductless. Duct means a tube. Less means no. Means endocrine glands do not have duct and they do not release their secretion through the ducts, but instead they release their secretion directly into blood without the help of ducts. The other type of the glands is exocrine glands. The exocrine glands release their secretions into ducts. Means exocrine glands are ducty or ducted. They consist of ducts. They release their secretions not into the blood but outside the body, outside an organ or outside a tissue through the help of ducts. Exo means outside, crine means releasing, gland means secretor. The part of the body which release their secretions outside the blood into the ducts are called exocrine glands, which release their secretions outside the blood into the ducts which empty outside are called exocrine glands. The examples of exocrine glands are sweat glands, which produce and release sweat through the ducts to the outside of the body. Sebaceous glands, which release sebum or fat. Milk glands, tear glands, liver, pancreas, etc. Exocrine glands produce their secretion and after the production of their secretion release them by ducts to the outside or to the outside of the body or to the outside of the organ or tissue which is producing. But endocrine glands as an opposite release their secretion into the blood, and it is done directly with the help of ducts. The secretions of the endocrine glands are always called hormones, as a contrast to exocrine glands. In case of exocrine gland, the secretion of sweat gland is called sweat. Secretion of sebaceous gland is called sebum or fat. Secretion of milk glands is called milk. Secretion of tear glands is called tear. Secretion of liver is called bile. But in case of endocrine glands, whatsoever is the type of endocrine glands, always the secretion of endocrine gland is called hormones. And hormones are specialized chemical messengers. These are chemical messenger molecules which are produced by endocrine glands and released into blood, which go to their target tissue or organ. When a hormone reaches its target tissue, it shows its effect on just reaching the target tissue. And there are many endocrine glands discussed in your book. The importance of endocrine glands lies in that endocrine glands help in and regulate growth. A hormone of endocrine gland called growth hormone helps in the growth. Endocrine glands also help in reproduction. Hormones, testosterone and estrogen as well as progesterone help in reproduction. Hormones also help in cell division, through which new cells are produced. Endocrine glands or hormones also help in a process called metamorphosis. This is a process which occurs in smaller animals, in most invertebrates and some vertebrates also. Metamorphosis means the change during the developmental stages of an organism from an immature to a mature form, which also uses hormones from endocrine glands. Even some unicellular organisms produce hormones to communicate with each other. Moreover, the migratory birds which take their seasonal routes from one place to another for mating purposes or for food purposes, these birds, the migratory birds, also use hormones as a clue to their mates or the site of the food, which help them for their survival. So this is a brief introduction to the endocrine glands, their comparison with exocrine glands and hormones, as well as the importance of endocrine glands.